Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the podcast. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You know, crypto's funny. If you've been in crypto for any length of time, you clearly know it's funny. But funny. Uh, but every now and again, you get lucky. And in this case, today we're going to be talking about Livepeer. I got lucky. Now, if you've been following the live streams, if you've been keeping, and we're live like every night now, man. I am fighting and clawing to get my audience back. I want. It's better for everybody. Not, I don't do this for money. I don't care. I make money investing in crypto. It's kind of weird, but the more people we get on the live streams, the more conversation, and it engages our audience. So, I mean, they're not even talking to me anymore. They're just talking to themselves as they listen to me babble. And I'm trying, man. Help me. Help me. All right. Like, share, subscribe. But every now and again, you get lucky. And in this case, I kind of got lucky on Livepeer. And there's a reason that I got lucky on it, though. It wasn't just because I randomly, was buying up the token. It's because I needed an API. I needed something that would allow me to do streaming and store data and all that other good stuff. And blockchain based and along came Livepeer. So I'll buy up crypto just as a placeholder if I'm not sure. I'll take a look at the chart. If it looks stable enough, sure, we'll throw some in. It's longer type projects. I'm cool with it. And then all of a sudden they spout off. Now, that's exactly what happened here. All right. Look, there is no there was no crystal ball. There was no deep research. Oh my God, how do people miss this? There was none of that. It was I simply need to use it. That's it. And when I start looking at longer projects or projects that I want to invest in, I look, do they solve a problem? Do they provide a service? Is this something that somebody would pay for? And if I see that, I'm like, okie dokie. Well, now we can get into it. Fortunately, I need this one. I mean, for a couple of apps that we're developing, and I needed it. So I was like, oh my God, look at this. This thing just pops out of a slot. So we bought up a bunch. I want a placeholder token, and it was nice and kind of running even, and then it just popped off. So this is what we are. This is what we're talking about talking about here, and this is perfectly reasonable. It's the 30-day chart, 14. I think it was about 14 a week or so ago. I was buying it up here because it stayed flat. All I'm looking for is something that is flat, something that I can do some yield farming with. That's what I'm looking for. Something that I'm interested in, something that solves a problem, and something that I can yield farm. And it just hit a lot of the wickets. And then all of a sudden, whoop, whoop, whoop. So for me in this case, it stopped being. There is no yield farming this right now. It's too volatile. You can't. The IL will absolutely eat your lunch. So yeah, that died. But it did turn into a crypto for me. And I love crypto because then I start hitting it two different ways. In this case, everything I bought initially, I 2x'd. All right. I 2x'd. I sold. All right. If it wants to keep going to $9,000 a token, that's great. I won't be there for that. But anytime I can 2x anything, all right, I'm out. This was great. Thanks, man. I had a good time. But it doesn't mean just because I sell doesn't mean I'll never revisit it. That's the funny thing. But when I can secure those kind of profits, and that's all we did here is we secured those kind of profits. And again, man, it's just crazy action on this thing. That's a chart right there. That's what you want to be invested in. You want to be invested in anything that is 45 degrees of love. And it's not quite 45. You know where I'm going with it. But that's 45 degrees of good news right there. And that's what you want to be invested in. Ever since I really started stepping out and away from the cosmos, it's my wallets have just been getting bigger and bigger and bigger, man. I stayed locked in there too long, and that's just 45 degrees of doom right now. And I was still doing still turning around being a bitter clinger. Look, here's there you go. That's what you want to be invested in, right there. That's Atom, and there's nothing wrong with it. All right, big ecosystem, a lot of neat things, a lot of neat tech, zero action, and So which one do you want to be invested in? This, or do you want to be invested in this? I mean, it's nice and simple, but it's not only about the price, even though I'm looking at this one now as an investor. And meaning that I've recovered all my initial capital. And once I have all that back and you're on house money, man, your risk tolerance gets huge. So now I'm just shorting it. I mean, that's it. Looking for the action, making in some big buys, trying to catch 5-10%. That's all I'm looking for because this is not reasonable. Trying to catch my 5-10%, harvesting, getting some profits back, and then we take another look at it. That's crypto, and it's catching the falling knife. And I know people, you can't do that. That's not the way. It is the way. All right. How do you think markets work? This is the way. Now, it might not be your way, but it's certainly my way. But it's not just about it on this case, man. That's the funny thing. It's a great project. That's the kicker right there, is that this is a tremendously good project. When with all the different stuff that they have over here, I mean, they got a player, they have a studio, they have everything that I absolutely need on this. And just for giggles, I popped over here, I signed up, I put in an account, and I uploaded a damn video on it. I got my hash, look, my playback ID, URL, asset ID. I can literally rebuild anything that I need out here from a video standpoint. I can rebuild it in the aggregate using their API. We've already started integrating this. So if you happen to be using our app, it's called the Amuse app. It's not fully released yet. But if you happen to be using it and you see any video content going on in that app, this is where it's coming from. I see this as fulfilling a need. Decentralized video. Right now it's YouTube. All right. Right now it's YouTube. Theta's kind of doing it. Well, I mean, Theta is doing it, but right now you've got to bend the knee and kiss the ring if you want to use any of these services. If you want to do live streams, if you want to post video, you have to do these. You got to bend the knee, you got to kiss the ring, and it's their rules. When you're using something like this, particularly something that's decentralized in any way, shape, or form, you don't have to bend the knee. You don't have to kiss the ring. You can do anything that you want to do. And believe it or not, believe it. This app, we're building this thing. We're building it for the adult entertainment industry, because this is something that is private, something that is secure, everything. And we're going to be using their API to do it. They don't care as long as we pay them. They're like, yeah, go. Be profitable, be fruitful. Using Jackal as a storage layer, self-custody of your own data. And we've just built the perfect app for the adult entertainment industry. I see it like I've seen nothing else. But in order to do that too, though, you're going to need this thing to perform. And it is, man. It's been just performing wonderfully. So when I see a product, again, that fulfills a need, that performs wonderfully, that suits everything that I'm trying to do with it, because I am one of about, 9 billion people on this planet. Surely I'm not the only one using it. And you see a token that's just in a delicious kind of FOMO rage, and you got lucky on a 2x. That's all that is, man. All right, that is me getting lucky on a 2x. But when all that stuff comes together, it makes for a very, very interesting time. So I've been enjoying the run. I'm going to continue to enjoy the run. I'm looking at this one every bit as closely as I'm looking at a cash. And yeah, man, we're just in short mode on them right now. Feed me. Loving it. Questions or comments, Scott@thepodcast.com. I answer any and all questions. And until next time, please stay safe. Please be smart with your money. Cheers.